Oh shit, dude.
Then, sort of on the same topic, but completely separate, there have been at least there have been three specific huge hacks from where OGs in the space have lost a huge amount of money in the last week. So I wanted to take you through these just to remind everyone to be extra freaking careful out there. The first one over here, this guy lost $300,000 and a whole lot of CryptoPunks. Okay,
Wow.
I don't know if you heard about this,
I
but this was
did.
by a
I've heard of a couple.
crypto
Yeah, I saw this.
crypto Nova, an influencer in the space. So what's that? I mean, at least three,
You know
18,000
what's
followers.
you know what's weird is since I've been hacked, I'm actually I know I lost that World of Women, which really hurt, but because I lost that and I remember like the actual feeling in my gut when I realized that my World of Women had been transferred and I saw it and like it was, at that point it was like too late. There's nothing I could do and I was like, wow, I just got fucking scammed. Like I literally that guy just stole my $5,000 asset. What the fuck? And I remember just like my heart sunk. So and like before that hack happened, when I saw other people losing NFTs and getting scammed, I had very little sympathy. I was always like, "Oh man, that sucks," but like you should have known better. And then once I fell for one and I realized that anyone could do it at any moment, it's just a matter of like if you were paying attention in that second when you click something, dude, I feel so bad because like that is so much money, but not only money. If I lost CryptoPunks or an NFT that I valued at that level, that would hurt my fucking soul forever, bro. To know that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
lost those assets, it would
numerous.
hurt.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's important what you said is anything in life until you have experienced it yourself, you don't really understand. Sort of like anyone who doesn't bring wedding presents to the bride and groom has never been married. Anyone who's been married and got beautiful presents from people and had the two or three people that never bought anything that never bought anything. Or like when we had the twins and we started looking at prams, all of a sudden when you're pregnant you start noticing other people's prams, whereas for the last 25 years of my life I'd never noticed a pram in my whole life. And now all of
Yeah.
a sudden you're looking at prams as if they're cars and you're sort of like, oh, check out that pram that guy's got. And right, it's a whole thing. So I think I agree with you until it happens to you. But the point here is it's happened to Cade, it's happened to me. I lost a Clonex. I lost a 4.5 or 5 Ethereum. Nothing on this level, but I know what I'm doing. And I also fell victim to it. There's
Yeah.
another two that I want to take you through, but just talking about that, there's two things that I suggest that anyone does. The one is to download the revoke.cash extension, okay? Because it's not just that you've got easy access to revoke.cash website, it actually gives you warnings when someone's about to take things from you, when you're about to sign a malicious something. That's one thing that I've got installed that I really suggest. And actually, it did warn me, and I had it installed, and I wasn't concentrating because in the end of the day, it does warn you at times when there shouldn't be a warning, where everything's okay. And I just saw it and I didn't read it properly, but I went back to my log and it said to me, you're about to sign access to your ETH and a whole lot of other stuff. So that's revoke.cash. And a new
Mhm.
one that I've just installed that I can't vouch for personally as strongly, but people in the space that I trust vouch for this is Pocket Universe. That also does the same thing. So I would highly recommend revoke.cash Chrome extension. Pocket Universe, as I say, I can't recommend it, but people I respect recommend it, and I'm giving it a try as well. So those two will definitely help. And when you do see a pop-up from revoke.cash, read it because it doesn't pop up on every transaction, but it does sometimes misfire. But either way, so that's the one. The other one, sorry, that was Cryptonova. So this was actually retweeted by CZ from Binance, but an OG Bitcoin developer lost 200 Bitcoin,
Good
$3.5
God.
million. And this
Oh,
is, yeah, it's this guy here, Luke. Don't know how to spell that, how to pronounce that surname. I mean, can you imagine that feeling, bro? My PGT coin is compromised, and at least many of my Bitcoin stolen. I have no idea. Help. I mean, that helpless feeling, bro. Do you
I
remember
know,
that?
dude.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's just a
it was
terrible
awful.
feeling, and that's when you realize that you're in a decentralized place where no one
Yeah.
can do anything to help you. It's not like you can just phone the bank and say my credit card's been stolen.
Mhm.
Is one of the downside. But I mean, I can't even imagine losing that amount of money. Um, and yeah, I mean, again, this is someone who is an OG in the space. And to think that he's been able to be hacked like this, it just shows you that anyone can fall victim to it, and you need to be careful.
Yeah.
And the
But
last one is
okay, go
someone.
ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Kat, I'm going to jump to you after.
Yeah.
The last one is one of the Nike RTKFT team, a COO,
Oh, I did
Chief
not see this.
Operational Officer. He lost a lot of clone X's, a lot
Oh,
in a massive hack. So again, someone who's building in the space and understands blockchain and the risk. Another, and this is all this week. This was the 4th of Jan, 2 days ago.
yeah.
It's just absolutely crazy. He created content, so his core community. And the funny thing is, when my Clone X was stolen, and I went into Clone X Discord, the mods were like, "Sorry, there's nothing we can do." And even if the answer is there's nothing we can do to help you, I was trying to get help for them to get OpenSea to block it. Even if the
Yeah.
answer is, yeah, there was not much sympathy. It wasn't like, "Geez, bro, I'm so sorry," you know. But here, their founder, he lost. Look at this, bro. So I'll show you here. So it was about $200,000 worth of NFTs, 19 clone X's,
Oh,
18 space pods, 17 loot pods, 11 crypto kicks, and 19 animus eggs. And remember, this valuation is at the absolute bottom of CloneX at the moment. Their whole ecosystem is very, very low. So, I mean, if you wait a couple of months, that would have been like 300, 400,000, not financial for us. I love CloneX. But yeah, just another example, someone very native to the space losing a fortune of stuff. So guys, just be careful out there. Be careful, be careful. Sorry, Kate, what did you
good
want to say, my bro?
fucking God. Well, that's fucking scary. That is insane, dude. I don't know. He says something about I was hacked because they had the same phone number as my Apple ID. That just scares me because I'm like, bro, I just don't know what I'm doing. Actually, never mind. I need to stop talking. I don't want to get hacked.
Clone X, I was hacked by a clever fisher. Same phone number as Apple ID. Sold all my clone and other NFTs. Obviously, pretty upset and hurt by this. Yeah, I mean, I would like to hear more about how it happened, just so that we can understand, so we can warn the Clone X community. Um, I'll just say here, I mean, in response, I am so sorry to hear, as someone who had their Clone X stolen myself. I know how horrible this feels, and am sad you had to experience this. There we go. Show some kindness, right? All right. So yeah, I will be watching. If any more details come out exactly what happened, more than what he says here, I would be very interested, so that we can warn everyone accordingly, right?
God, dude.
You
Yeah, that
see, for
sinking
legal
feeling is awful.
purposes, I cannot go into deeper details.
Wow.
All I can say is be aware that companies such as Microsoft, Apple will never ask you for your password, your private key. I mean, which we do know. I mean, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But it's one of
But
those that
again, when
if you're not paying attention, you might just do it.
exactly when you're in the heat of it, and you got a million things going on, and you're not thinking exactly as you should all the time, and we're all guilty of that. I mean,
Yeah.
as I say, heart goes out to the guy. Sorry to hear all of them. And it's a problem in my mind, Kate, because until this is sorted, I think this hampers growth. I think people are scared to enter the space, and people who enter the space. I mean, I'll be honest with you. When my ETH and clone was stolen, and it wasn't the value that was the thing. When that happened to me, a thought went through my mind, like, what am I doing in a space like this? I know it's silly. It was
Yeah.
a moment's thought, but you know me. I came into the space. I worked my way up to every NFT I bought, all the way to a Board APR Club trading, and to have someone just come and take, effectively in rands, my local currency, $250,000 from me. I just
Yeah.
thought, I don't want to be in a space like this. It was temporary, and I was embarrassed. I didn't want to talk about
Yep.
it. I didn't tell you. I didn't tell anyone until Andreas came on 3 or 4 weeks later, and somehow it sort of came out, and he was like really sweet about it and said, no, it happens to the best of us and all the rest. But I wasn't going to tell anyone. And then I thought, I'm not being honest, because that's all I was thinking about. So
Yeah.
I just think it needs to be sorted. There needs to be more done, and we're seeing that with the extensions that I showed you, and things like that. But for the average, if guys like us, you and me, Cade, the head of RTKFT, and these other guys, if guys like this can get hacked, I just feel for the newcomer who comes into the space, it doesn't even have to be a hack like this. They buy a collection that they think is a pudgy penguin, and it's actually not a pudgy penguin or whatever. It's just we're not going to be able to onboard the masses until it's safer, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it was always going to be a question of when, and yeah, I think we're too early for any of that. I mean, we're chipping away at it. That's kind of what's going on. I've always held my more of my probably the best word is like self-worth in my content. Like once I realized that trading is so hard, like I know, like it was embarrassing when I lost mine too. I wasn't as much embarrassed. I was just kind of like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Like that was so stupid. But
that's what I mean.
Know,
Embarrassed that I fell for it. The guy who warns people on Discords, security alert, be careful, that's this, and picks up the stuff, picks up the, it happened to me, and I had Revoke.cash installed that warned me. I just thought, I felt like an idiot.
When I lost it, that was actually part of the reason I haven't gotten back into World of Women.